Have to be so hard? It's a really good question. Stick with me to the end, and I've got something pretty cool for you. My name is Laurie Morse. I'm the creator of the 5-element creative healing process. Becoming more than we currently are, healing and evolving ourselves, is going to happen whether we like it or not. It's the natural impulse of life to grow and evolve. Have you ever noticed that? If you're going to go on a journey of healing or transformation, you need a map or a GPS. And I don't know many people, you probably don't either, who would take off on a trip without that. We all need to know how to get from where we are to where we want to be. One of the many things that I love about Chinese medicine is it helps us understand the what, why, where, and how of where we are, and even how we got there in some cases. It explains it in ways that we can understand and even appreciate. We don't usually get that so much in conventional medicine. So, in the wisdom of Chinese medicine, there is something called the 5 elements. And each of these 5 elements corresponds with a variety of things in your body, in your mind, even in your spirit. And what I'm talking about are things like organs and colors and seasons and tastes and emotions and different parts of the our body in different ways that we're motivated. It's actually a long list, and the point is it tells you you are here on the map. And when you know where you are and where you'd rather be, then it's much easier to plot your course. Every day when I talk with people about their what and their why, where, and how from this 5-element perspective of Chinese medicine, which includes all of our systems, all of our organ functions and all of the digestive, cardiovascular, immune, endocrine systems, all the mental, emotional, and spiritual perspectives, I hear, oh, that makes so much sense. What a relief. I'll definitely do my part to shift the energy now that I know this what, why, where, and how. So if something is clear usually for us as human beings, including our next steps, we're usually not bad at taking those steps. We're sort of willing to do that. It's when things are really murky and we don't have a good next step that's clear to us that we end up stabbing in the dark, hoping against hope, and pretty much run ourselves in circles without getting where we want to go. And that ends up being frustrating and quite exhausting, actually. So here's what we know from research. Our bodies are designed to renew, regenerate, heal, be vital and healthy. That's like a natural process, not one that we have to force, but rather one that we allow. So if that's where you want to be, meaning feeling vital and healthy, and not only in your body, but in all of your life, right? All of it is our chi. All of it is our life force, isn't it? So we can't, it's hard to compartmentalize and separate all the parts of our lives from each other. And certainly we know that being in a healthy body influences just about every part of our life. It influences our work, our family, our ability to make money, our ability to be in loving relationships. So being healthy is a vital linchpin, so to speak. We kind of like to think we can keep everything in their own little corners, but the truth is it's all part of a big pool of chi, or a river of energy, or a soup of consciousness that we call our whole life. So that's where it can get a little bit overwhelming because it can feel sometimes like it's all so big or like there's so much to fix and figure out. But really, it's actually simpler than that. And the 5 elements is a perspective that helps us determine where we are, and from there we can walk ourselves to where we would prefer to be with a map and with clear steps. These 5 elements have taught me that they are also 5 individual steps to transform anything. Anything from a health problem to a money problem to a relationship problem to a business problem, even to anxiety and worry or those mental spins that we get ourselves in, and even to trauma. I see 5 elements as like a doorway. They're doorways or portals that lead us to wholeness. So let me give you an example of these 5 elements that are transformational for anything. The fire element is the element or the system involved when we feel inspired to change something, to finally do something about the pain or lose the weight or start the business or clean up our diet, or you fill in the blank with something you've been wanting to shift in your life. Maybe it's something you've already tried several times and failed, or something that keeps coming back around even though you thought you've dealt with it already. That's been happening a lot lately. This is something that you know, if it were to transform, it would make your body and your life so much better. This inspiration to change is found in the fire element. It's actually a divine impulse from the part of us that's ready to grow. And what comes with this divine impulse is enthusiasm and hope for the outcome that we ache for, that we really desire. And thus we begin our journey. The earth element is the element or system that is about one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, just moving forward, sometimes slower than we'd like. Initially it seems okay, but then sometimes the path maybe seems a little longer than we realized it would be. Maybe a little weariness sets in. Some of that initial enthusiasm might be wearing off a little bit. It's in this part of the journey that we might question ourselves and start to miss the comfort and familiarity of our old way, even though it wasn't working for us anymore and we'd totally outgrown it. This is the part of the journey where we often turn back because there hasn't been quite enough momentum built up yet for this new way, and the comfort of our old ways are truthfully stronger. They feel more familiar, and they call to us. They call us back. Resistance here can also be fairly strong, and prolonged resistance is the primary cause of our pain and suffering on any level. Many people feel kind of stuck at this point, and this is also the part that's a little messy in the transformation journey. And truth be told, we like neat and tidy. At least the old way feels neat and tidy just because it's familiar, even if it doesn't work anymore, right? We don't torture ourselves here on purpose. It's just that most of us haven't been taught graceful ways through. And hang on for a minute because I'm going to share one with you. Let's move on to the next element, which is the metal element or system. And this is the one that if we don't turn back, it helps us discover and cultivate the wherewithal to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Even if there's a little discomfort, our perseverance increases here, and some light begins to illuminate the path again. Glimpses of hope return, and resilience replaces the resistance. And I will tell you that it is at this point on the journey where the transformation actually happens. This is where the alchemy is. This is the magic. This is where the old base metal turns to gold. And turning back before now thwarts healing and transformation. The next element is the water element, and it's where we're detecting a noticeable shift, and we're starting to get a sense of arrival to the new, and we feel a little more stable on our feet, and the old feels a little bit further behind us, and the new much more familiar. And we've got some traction now, and it feels right. We know it's right. The old ways may still beckon a little bit. They may still offer their lures of return, but it's more of a whisper than a yell. And the wood element, the next element, the fifth element, is the unification and the free flow of knowing and trusting and appreciating and embodying your new expansion and growth. The transformation is complete here. You're able to make more evolved choices from this new terrain, and you feel stronger in your dedication to holding your focus here because it's more you versus being lured back. And if you take a minute and think about any transformation that you've crossed through in your life, this was the general unfolding. You may not have known that, but this was the general unfolding. And we do this over and over again in our life as we grow as a human being. Again, we can't help doing that. The nature of life is growth and evolving and expansion. So what if our problems and our pains and our issues are simply signals that something is ready to be transformed? What if pain is, at its roots, a message, an intelligent message that transformation, healing, and growth are are ready for us and have our best interest at heart? And it's actually our resistance to that causes the pain. Remember, our bodies are designed to renew, regenerate, heal, and be vital and healthy. Our job is to get out of the way of infinite healing intelligence already in every cell of your being. And I must say that one of the best ways of getting out of our own way and activating healing intelligence is by way of a creative healing process. It's fun. It often involves color, which our heart and soul loves. It bypasses the mind and all of its shenanigans, which means the process can reach into the deeper unconscious layers and transform at the root of the problem. And when energy moves in this way, the body heals. That hard part of the journey that we talked about before, where things feel weary and, we want to turn back, the part where it doesn't seem like anything is actually working and resistance has got us by the tail, that's where the creative healing process can actually be a lifesaver. And what do I mean by that? It can actually touch the places within us that have been hiding for maybe decades, waiting for a safe haven to heal. The kind of safe haven that can only be created by your life force. This process makes it okay to face the pain, find your personal power as you walk through it to the other side. A creative healing process will light the way. It will help make things make more sense. It will lighten the load on your journey, and it may even carry you. I've seen this over and over. It's certainly been my personal experience, and it's also been the experience of everyone I have ever facilitated through this process. And I gotta tell you, it's truly awe-inspiring. It opens my heart every time I witness it, and I feel like my heart has grown bigger because of it. So I guess I could go on and on about all of this. I mean, really, it has become my passion. But I will leave you with this last thought. Your creative life force, your chi, your cellular intelligence, not only knows how to heal you, it knows what you need, and it knows how to get you there. It knows how to guide you there. And all you have to do is give it a chance. Give it away to be your GPS. And if you would be even this much willing to connect with this part of you, you would heal faster than you ever imagined. I promise you that. And if you'd like a kickstart on how to do just that, I would love to gift you, from my heart to yours, a creative healing kickstart ebook. And all you have to do is click on the link below this video, and then once you get on that website page, you can click the link that says free stuff, and there's a 16-page book on how to kickstart your own creative healing process right away. And for the record, it's not about painting and poetry here. It's about your life force, your chi, and what it needs, which only you can discover naturally and creatively. That's the journey, and that's your journey. So click over now and grab this for yourself. It's honestly one of the most gentle, loving, and fun ways to heal and transform all that old stuff that we drag around with us, which keeps us from thriving. So I encourage you to go for it, and I'll meet you on the inside in creative love and wholeness.